Top 10 things Gen X hates. Grab a drink, grab a snack, and let's go back. Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Gen X Unfiltered, the podcast.
What's up, everybody?
Hello. Thanks for joining us.
Eric, how are you?
Good. Kelly, Eric, good to see you guys.
All right today. Thanks for asking.
We're recovering from our illnesses spread across the board.
That's right. My cold passed around very nicely, I see. Sorry about that, or you're welcome if you got days off work.
I'm still, no, I didn't. I'm still a little hoarse, so I apologize, but we're just going to push through.
'Tis the season. It's snowing out there. It's cold outside. It's cold weather.
Winter has arrived.
Yes.
All right, guys. Well, this is like, I feel like maybe not just mine, but both of your guys's and mine dream podcast episode, because we can spend the next hour bitching about things that we've always wanted to bitch about.
That's right.
Oh, I'm ready to gripe. I've got a lot of complaints.
Right? Like, it's like, and I feel like we can get away with it because it's the list. We have to talk about the list.
That's right. We're allowed to bitch about what's on the list.
Totally.
Yeah. So, top 10 things that Gen X hates. We have a list, thanks to good old Google.
That's right. I'm curious to see how we feel about this list. Maybe we agree with it. We disagree with it, too.
Yeah, in fairness, I don't think, other than maybe, I think Steve, who found the list and did a quick perusal, but, we didn't really look at it.
No, I just kind of left. I didn't want to, get into, hey, let's discuss everything. It's like, no, let's just look at the list and...
Well, here's a little BTS. We usually try and do that. We're like, nope, we can't talk about anything until we're doing the podcast, because then it's organic.
Well, we try to do a lot. Like, we watch, movies or whatever. Yeah, we'll kind of watch it, but then not really...
We're like, we can't talk about it.
Yeah, because, well, if we start talking, hey, wait, let's just save this from when we have to do a podcast. We don't waste all our good ideas.
Exactly. I'm impressed they can narrow it down to 10 things, because I got a lot of gripes.
There's probably more.
This could be like a part 2, a part 3, a part 4, a part 5.
This is just top 10.
That's what I mean.
So
they narrowed this down from a list of many, I'm assuming.
I'm just gonna.
This is according to Google, so it's AI generated or whatever. So we'll see how accurate.
We'll see. I guess we can see at the end how accurate it is to our real life gripes versus what this list says, and see how well Google knows us.
Yeah, absolutely.
As always, I'll read the little blurb at the beginning so everybody knows what the criteria is and yada, yada, yada. Gen X, often characterized as the pragmatic and independent generation, born roughly between 1965 and 1980, has a unique set of cultural experiences that shape their likes and dislikes. While it's important to avoid sweeping generalizations, here are 10 things that many Gen Xers might find irritating or dislike. I think I'm going to dislike all of them. Or agree.
I'm ready. I'm ready to get into this.
I'm curious how much we agree or disagree.
So you're starting at number 1 or 10?
Well, 1. They're not in any particular order.
All right, let's do it. Let's get into 1.
Not like the worst to the best.
Okay.
So number 1 is unnecessary hype and trends. Gen X grew up in a more grounded and less flashy era. They often roll their eyes at overhyped trends or things marketed as the next big thing.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
That's probably something I wouldn't necessarily have thought of.
But it's
true. It's definitely,
For me.
Oh, yeah, you see stuff pop up all the time when there's this new TikTok trend or new Instagram trend or whatever.
It's not so much that. I remember years ago, I don't know what it was, 10 years ago maybe at this point, when the whole millennial not trend, but the whole millennial vibe of the bushy beards, the long hair,
the hipster
avocado toast,
the hipster millennial. I remember being like, oh my god, this is so annoying.
Well, I think we all kind of saw it these are former skaters and punks who are now they have beards.
Yeah.
I don't care that you have a beard or you like avocado toast. Heck, I eat avocado toast, but it was just the whole
it's
aura around
these
it.
People build their whole personality around this lifestyle that they quote unquote live. It's it just seems so fake and
and pretentious
and unauthentic. And in 2 years or 5 years they're going to be doing something else.
Exactly.
And that's just one example that the main example that popped out of my head. I know there's a lot of hypes and trends where it's just what?
Well, there's constantly something. There's always the new thing, right? And it's just oh god, here we go again.
Yeah, exactly. How long is this new thing going to last for? Right?
Well, what was
years?
Even to the one I've been seeing now is the new the most popular word. It was demure.
Demure, yeah. It's the word of the year.
Stupid,
it's a TikTok. Do you not watch TikTok? It was this person. I can't remember if it was male or female. It doesn't matter. But I can't remember the account.
Yeah.
But it was a person, and they did a TikTok, and they said, and I'm going to get it wrong because I don't know it exactly, but it was I'm very mindful. I'm very demure.
It was so demure.
It was a whole mindset, right?
Yeah.
It was supposed to be unbothered. Like during chaos, you're kind of just like, I remain demure. Like it was a whole thing.
Yeah, but
I just thought it was funny.
Well, that's the thing too. People do stuff as a joke, and people think it's real, and it becomes this whole thing. That's
this whole movement.
The beauty of the internet.
That person made a lot of money off of it.
Hey, more power to them. They might as well. Hey, some girl's just going to spit on a dude's cock, and that's like a millionaire.
Steve, we're only 2 seconds in. You can't say those words.
Oh man, Haktua.
Yeah, hey.
Oh yeah, Haktua.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Embrace it, make what you can out of it, and you know what? Hey, she's done.
Lean into it, and exactly.
Embrace it and make it. She's going to make more money doing that. She's doing whatever the Spring Factor or the hell she was doing before.
Yeah, exactly. Good for her.
So I mean, I guess I don't know the rest of the list, but this one is a pretty minor irritation to me. Like like that whole millennial like movement thing was annoying, but like all the other stuff's just kind of like little. I don't really.
And like I said, there's whatever's gonna pop up, and it's just one. Like I said, if you were gonna ask me like 10 things that annoy or Gen X kind of hate, I don't think I would think of this, but now Tom's like, oh yeah, fuck yeah, there's lots of annoying people out there.
Steve, you have dropped bad words. Oh my! Well, at least wait till we're halfway through.
I'll make sure I check off the explicit on when I upload this on Spotify and stuff that there's explicit content.
Well, anybody listening to us knows we're not making
apologies if I offend anybody. We're talking to Gen Xers; they don't care.
That's true. We don't care. We shouldn't apologize. All right, number 2. Being overlooked, sandwiched between baby boomers and millennials, Gen X often feels ignored in social narratives and marketing, leading to frustration about their contributions being undervalued. I mean, I don't think it keeps me up at night.
No, I mean, Now,
I think we're in a unique situation where we are, like we said, we're very young Gen Xers. So we're on the cusp of millennial anyway.
Yeah,
so
we're in that Zennial bridge generation.
A lot of stuff we can relate to the older millennials. Yeah. It's not so, like, drastic of a difference. But I can see, like, a Gen Xer that's, like, 10 years older than us. I could see them feeling more like
behind that. Well, because I mean, look at you look in terms of population above us. You got the baby boomers. It's just this massive cohort of people, and then it's just kind of, now that they're kind of farther removed, the Gen Zs and the millennials.
I kind of like that we're like sort of low key and ignored because it just makes us more powerful.
Yeah, we weren't under the microscope the same way the millennials were.
Look at me. I just shit on the millennials for having beards and eating avocado toast. Nobody's shitting on us for stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Like, what's something that people crap on Gen X for?
Being too cool.
Being like, more you hear more people with the Gen X is like the they're like the feral ones, like
the feral
raised
ones,
like on the streets and like out to the street lights came on and like. Just left to our own devices.
And for the most part, we're fine. I mean, we're paying for it in therapy. It's fine.
Oh, it's fine.
We're all fine.
I'm good here mostly. Yeah.
As long as you keep saying you're fine, you're fine.
No, exactly. We had that. We were lucky. We were the generation that kind of came up in like the perfect time of like.
Yeah.
We had the freedom to do lots of cool stuff. We had there was some technology. Obviously, it's way different now, but we could go on our bikes and ride around and
come home and play our Sega.
Yeah, exactly.
So I mean, this one, I'm pretty unbothered by the whole being overlooked. It doesn't really bother me per se. I can see it though.
You definitely can. Where
I think it's because I'm gonna get in trouble. Sorry, millennials. Millennials were kind of part of you a little bit. Just it's okay. Like it will be fine. But I feel like it's because the millennials are generally a little bit more whiny about being like, look at us, we're so hard done by, we're so this, we're so that, right? Yeah. And boomers are just like, they don't give a
well, because the thing is, too, but the millennials were kind of that first generation online where they could air their grievances on social media.
So they were just noisier.
Well, they had an outlet to put it on.
Yes.
I'm sure as kids, we all bitched to our friends about our parents and this and that, but who was listening? Nobody.
The messengers didn't have anywhere to travel.
No, you were telling your buddy Bill or whoever, and that's not like, it was as far as it went. Now it's like... Mm-hmm. And that's also where a lot of people learn the hard way that, hey, you put something on the internet, it's not just between you and your friends, it's out to the masses.
And I think we've said this amongst ourselves a bunch of times, but we're super glad, in our youth, there was no social media.
No, I'm glad to be overlooked in terms of that.
Thank
God, there was no social media when I was in high school, and so I don't need to see any of that stuff.
No, exactly. Bring some of the stuff home with you, or whatever.
I cringe enough looking at the memories on Facebook from 15 years ago about your status when you used to post on Facebook, like you were text messaging your friends.
Oh yeah, I know. You get the Facebook memories. Delete. What the hell was I thinking?
Yeah. Kelly's doing laundry. Oh my God.
That's it. That's not that bad. But just dumb shit. Like even now, I'll just delete that. Even though it's 15 years ago, get rid of it.
I don't need to be reminded of that.
Early Facebook was rough. Checking in at places, saying I think there was how are you feeling? Statuses and stuff.
Yeah, all right. Yeah. You guys, we still have 8 more to go.
Okay, sorry.
We don't want to get too far off.
Yeah. Yep.
Number 3. I got a lot to say about this one.
Uh-oh.
I'm ready.
Participation trophies. Growing up in the era of winners and losers, many Gen Xers are skeptical about the culture of participation awards and believes it dilutes the value of achievement.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I mean, they definitely had participation awards. I remember as kids, they would give out ribbons sometimes to everybody, like in certain
I remember
things and stuff like that.
Unlike-
yeah, I brought home a couple of purple ribbons in my day.
Yeah, but there was definitely...
But there was still a first, second, third place winner.
Well, no,
was.
but there was always winners and losers, and there has to be, because that's just life. And it's
Look.
Yeah.
good or bad, it's just
Oh, so
the
is that
way
what
it
this is really referring to? Like, there's no winners and losers. Everyone just gets a trophy.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, there's a
okay.
lot of stuff now where they don't have first, second, third. Like if you,
What?
Yeah.
it's just
No, yeah, that's
participation.
ridiculous.
No,
Yeah,
look,
yeah.
I've said this a million times. I'm like, I think that having a winner and being a winner and being a loser, you learn valuable lessons. I
Well,
think you have to be a good winner. You
It
can't
teaches
just,
you resilience because you have something
Yeah.
to strive for. If you lose,
But
Yeah.
also,
exactly.
teaches you resilience.
But also the fact that it doesn't matter who you are, there will always be somebody who's better at you than something. Always. That's just how the world works. And that's
No.
not bad.
No, and that's just the reality of it.
It's what it is.
You're going to be better at something than somebody else, and they're going to
Exactly.
hate that you're good at that. And it's just, it is what it is. You just got to embrace it and
Kids-
embrace your,
I'm
know.
going to quit everything I do until I find something that I'm the best at.
No, but I feel like kids need to be taught what it's like to win and what it's
Yeah.
like to lose. And it sucked. You missed that, by 1/100th of a second. You missed by getting first place. Well, sorry, tough shit. Like, you did your best, and maybe that person's just always going to be better than you. It is what it is.
No, I mean, when you hear all the stories about, like Michael Jordan when he was a kid, like he got cut from his high school basketball team. Like that's a
Exactly.
famous story. And what
Yeah.
did he
Yeah.
do? He didn't quit. He
No.
dug in and deep and
Exactly my
liberated
point.
up.
Like, it built resilience in him, right? And then he
And-
became the best player of all time.
Yeah,
And-
because some people will lose and they will give up and go
Yeah.
try something, and that's fine too.
Yeah.
Like, but it's winning and losing is just a part of life.
But also, I think that kids need to be taught how to be a good winner.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh,
I
definitely.
think that is probably more paramount. I think it's
Yeah.
Yeah. You
anyone
can be a
lose-
sore winner.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
yeah.
can be a really sore winner. Yeah.
Yeah.
And just remember, winner, there's going to be something out there that you're not the best at.
Well, no, exactly. And they always sort of talk about that. Like when you're working your way up, whatever kind of ladder it is, you're going to pass people, but at some point you might pass them
Yeah.
again. So that's why
exactly.
you always got to treat everyone the same, whether you're talking to like.
And
Yeah.
I think giving just blanket participation awards or ribbons or whatever the case may be, I think it's also just not setting people up for adulthood.
Well, no, and that's what happens to a lot of kids is that they grow up in this world of you
You're the
can't
best,
fail,
honey.
you can't
Yeah.
lose, you can't have any problems, and you graduate, you go to the real world, and it's like,
Uh-oh.
you can lose,
Yeah.
It's not the real world.
No.
No,
Like
and
I
that's
s-
the problem. You're just doing a massive disservice to any of those kids.
And like I said, there is, aside from just being like, there has to be winners and losers. I mean,
Yeah.
like I said, I think the messaging is it shapes people to learn how to be a good winner and it shapes people to how to be a good loser.
Yeah.
And like I said, you're just never going to be the best at everything. There's always somebody that's going to
Yeah.
be better at something. And just like you're going to be better than somebody else.
No,
stuff.
and that it's life.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
good at stuff. You're not good at some stuff, and that's just the way it is. You kind of play to your strengths. You learn what you're not very good at, and whatever.
So go
So-
out there, do your best, and whatever happens, and
Well,
learn from it.
Yeah, and bring
Exactly.
back first, second, and third place ribbons. Bring them all back.
yeah,
Or not, and
Or
do
not.
better
Sure,
next
why
time.
not?
No, but I just mean whatever.
yeah, but you had to have.
You have to have the first, second, third. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's like, could you
yeah.
imagine if like the Stanley Cup, it was like nobody wins the Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
It's just like everybody gets the
Everybody
same
gets the
award.
Stanley Cup. It's like
Like it's stupid.
It devalues it.
no,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's like you guys played a good game, but
and
we're
then
gonna give it to these guys
it
instead.
takes away from that extra level of achievement for the team that wins. Because like, no, we are the best this year. We worked hard, we kicked ass, and we are number one.
Well, and
Yeah.
we watched the three of us. We watched that documentary on the NHL on Prime, and they were talking to Matthew Tkachuk, right?
Yeah.
And the Florida Panthers lost in the Stanley Cup Finals. He's like, that's the best thing that ever happened to
Yeah.
us. It was the worst feeling in my entire life.
yeah.
Yeah.
Next season, they won the Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, we finally realized what it takes to win this thing.
Yeah.
So
And it's not-
by losing, it's like they learned more in that loss than any wins.
And it's usually the mental strength it takes, not
Well,
the
no, and
physical
it
strength.
teaches resiliency and exactly. Like it's not how you win; it's how you lose and how you get back up and
Yeah.
keep going.
I hope nobody's offended by our opinions. I mean,
Who cares?
obviously I care, but I don't care because I mean I.
Well,
think
no, but I think most
whatever.
would agree that you need to you need to learn how to take some lumps and bumps and
well,
persevere.
It's like I mean, not all school systems or whatever, but I know like around here there's a whole a couple years ago they started where you can't even like fail, like you have all year to finish your assignment, like it's just
they got
crazy.
rid of due dates on assignments and
No.
stuff.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
what happens when they go to university and they have their essay due? They're gonna be like, what? I have all year to
or
do
not
it.
even that, but what happens? You get a real job and your boss like, hey, we need this on Friday.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, you actually wanted that on Friday?
I didn't do it.
Didn't do it.
Disservice.
Yeah, and
Anyway.
that's the problem. Then it's like, what's wrong with these kids? Like, well, blame their parents.
Sorry, but
Yeah.
All right, number 4. Invasive technology. While they adapted to technology seamlessly, many dislike constant surveillance, excessive notifications, and how technology often erodes personal privacy. Again, like, I don't think I lie awake thinking about this at night, but it is irritating. Like, you literally can't go anywhere without... But I think it's also good, too.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's no way to sort. I mean, it's good and bad. It is weird that, like, everyone has, like, cameras on their house now and all this stuff. It's kind of creepy.
Yeah.
Sometimes. Like, it's good in terms of, like, if there's crimes happening or something, sure, there's footage of it, but it's also kind of weird that you can't walk down the street without being recorded everywhere.
Yeah, same thing. Whenever you go to a store, they ask for your email address when you want to buy something. It's like, why do I have to give my email address because I want to buy, like, this pair of socks?
Because
like,
we want you on a mailing list because that's now worth money.
Eric, that's why you have a burner email that it doesn't matter. Eric's
I just give them Eric's address every time I go.
Oh, hey!
Because Eric is one of Eric's super hang-ups is like giving email addresses.
I don't want to do it. I get enough junk email as it is.
Just give a fake one. I'll just be like, Kelly, like, Smithsonian at whatever. Like, who cares? Just make one up.
Yeah, I should do that, actually.
Or just be like 123 ABC.
Or so I know there's some people
I just say no. I'm like, I'm not going to give you an email.
Well,
some people have like a junk account where it's like, here's my old Hotmail account that I never use anymore. Use that, and then because a lot of times they'll give you like, hey, you want 10% off or 15% off. So it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But they just want your data and they just want to try and keep mailing you shit.
Exactly. Mail you the flyers and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, the constant surveillance, I don't really like think about it on a daily basis, but like, I mean, it's like, and I always say this, and I mean, I think you're delusional if you don't think this, but like, you can see cameras lots of places, but you're under surveillance everywhere you can't see cameras.
Well, there's cameras everywhere.
Oh, yeah. Well, not even that, but I mean, everyone carries a basic tracking device in their pocket nowadays with a cell phone, right?
Oh, yeah.
There's no privacy with one of those things. It's,
Yeah. So, I mean, it is annoying, but again, this isn't up on my top things that irritate
it is irritating. I mean, when you think about it a lot, though, even like you think of like a company like Facebook, like how do they think they'll make all that money? It's off of our information that they resell, right?
Yeah.
They sell it to all the advertisers.
They can give you targeted ads based on your preferences.
Yeah, and
your search history.
It's worth a fortune, all this stuff. Yeah.
All right, next one, number 5. We're already at number 5, guys. We're whipping through
Number
these.
5. Johnny 5.
Overly corporate culture. Having lived through the rise of corporate America, or Canada, I guess, they are often cynical about corporate jargon, meaningless team building exercises, and insincere company values. This keeps me up at night because this is all bullshit.
Well, that's everything. It's, you realize you are... It's hard to not be cynical. I keep saying that, but you realize you are just a number on a piece of paper, and that's it.
It's not even that. It's not even that. Like, that's just fact. Whatever.
Yeah.
It's all the bullshit that they're like, let's do team building so we can be a team. Like, it's all that bullshit. Or it's the like, we bought you pizza because we made our bonus. We're not giving you money, but we're gonna buy you pizza, and that's gonna make you super happy. Or all the like fake speeches they give when they really mean something. Like, just tell us what you mean.
Yeah, the fake speeches to like build morale.
That's bullshit.
When things have been like really, really like shitty at work. Yeah. It's total garbage. You know what makes things better at work? People getting better at their job, so your job gets easier.
Or compensating people monetarily properly, or
that
time
too,
off, or
exactly.
Things
that make your life a little bit of less of a pain in the ass at work.
Or it's a culture.
A Pizza Friday doesn't do that.
No, exactly. It's like,
but this is the thing. Like, a Pizza Friday, in theory, like, I'm not against that, but it's always for some underlying reason that's full of crap. That's what makes me mad.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It's not just like we're just giving you pizza because we value you. No. It's usually to like make something better, or like in lieu of like we wanted to keep ourselves rich, we didn't want to give you a bonus. Like, it's all that kind of crap.
Yeah, exactly. The cost of the pizza is less than the cost of fixing the problem.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, we just hope this will just make people happy enough that they just won't abandon us.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's all full of like emptiness, and it's all, well, here's our mission statement. We don't follow it, but I'm going to put it on the wall. And
exactly.
expect you to worship it.
Exactly.
And like just
ruthless prioritization. So I don't have to do everything. No, you still have to do everything.
Yeah,
now, one thing I have to say that and again, I'm speaking generally just on things that I see online and stuff. But excuse me, I just had a hiccup. The one thing I am jealous of in the millennial world is like the millennial like bosses. Not all of them, obviously, but the millennial corporate world is definitely. Because there's still boomers out there who are like in the tops of corporations.
Oh yeah,
right?
Yeah.
And so like they're very old school. They're like, you're sick, tough shit, come to work. Like they don't, it's just very old school.
Yeah.
So like now as like things are changing and these boomers are kind of retiring slowly, getting out of the corporate world, the millennials sort of, or I guess Gen Xers like us, but like the millennials are really kind of taking over, and they're kind of way more like, I saw this whole thing and there was this person on TikTok and she was a millennial manager. And she's like, I had somebody come to me, he emailed me and he said, I need to use 2 hours of PTO to take my dog to the vet. And she's like, I told him that I was denying his request because she's like, you have to take your dog to the vet for 2 hours? Take your dog to the vet for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Let people know. I trust that you're going to make up whatever it is you need to make up for those 2 hours, but you're not using PTO.
Yeah.
Like, and that is such a different culture than we.
No, because like, okay, fine, 2 hours, right? That's it. Okay, if you're gonna be longer, let me know, and I'll adjust it to like make it 2.5 or 3 hours.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's crazy, right? Like, so I am jealous of like.
Well, no, it's nice. I mean, like starting out and stuff like that. And I'm sure our parents, but no one ever heard like this whole work-life balance.
No,
that wasn't even a phrase.
But again, that's also a big part of it too. Was that there was obviously people that worked 80 hours a week and stuff like that. Yeah. But when you went home, you went home.
Yeah.
There was no cell phones, computers.
Cell phones and stuff is really changing because then it's like, okay, well, where does work stop and you start? Because you have a work phone with your email on it and all this stuff, and people are, pinging all the times of the night and stuff like that.
So you never have to actually unplug.
But
you never could unplug.
Yeah. But I think, though, that, again, it comes from the top of the corporate culture.
Oh, absolutely.
Where if you have managers or whatever that are like, no, sorry, 5 o'clock, don't even look at your phone.
Oh, yeah, no, all that stuff. Whatever company you work for, corporate culture, it all starts from the top.
And
always.
They set the standards top down.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
We still have a lot of these, like, boomers or older Gen Xers that are very, like...
You should be happy to have a job, damn it. Like,
exactly. Be grateful.
Yeah.
So, millennials, I give you props on that because you guys are definitely changing the corporate culture.
No, it's good to see.
And it's awesome.
Because it's, it's not been great for a long time, and so it's,
I always said if I was ever in a position where I was, like, had my own company or, like, the boss or whatever, I would
be a total tyrant.
Can you imagine me being a tyrant? I could not be a tyrant. No, but all those things that give me anxiety working in the world of the corporate, whatever, for lack of a better world, I would not be like that. Like being not scared, but being anxious to be like, I'm sick. Like, no, I would just be like, you're sick.
No, and that's the thing, because I used to get so frustrated in my old job where, being a people leader and like, someone coming sick, and you're like, oh, why are you here? And they're like, oh, I didn't want to call in sick. It's like, I get it, but like, no, you're here sick, and now it's going to get, it's like, just take a day off.
It's going to go around the room.
I'd much rather have you stay home for a day, and, but everyone's like, I'm sick, I got to come in.
Yeah. All right, we are now on to number 6.
Ooh, all right, number 6.
The back half.
Helicopter parenting. Raised as latchkey kids with a lot of independence, Gen Xers are often critical of overprotective parenting styles and lack of freedom given to the kids today.
Yes.
Lack of freedom given. Yeah.
Yeah, the kids, I don't think many of the kids are asking for it.
No. But look at who are the parents that are doing it. Are a lot of the parents that are Gen Xers or older millennials.
Yeah.
They're trying to like make, because our childhood, although we were like feral kids running around, we got spanked or we got
or like
grounded.
latchkey kids where you were home by yourself and stuff. There wasn't parents around necessarily,
so
right?
A lot of
like
parents
they're trying to overcompensate.
Well, they're like, I was so hard done by, so I don't want my kids to feel coddled and babied.
Well, no, it's like that's the whole thing. You're a winner. You're the best kid in the whole world. You can't do anything wrong. And
look,
I'm going to call your boss for you and make sure that they know that you're a good kid.
I've
the kid's going to be a marshmallow.
I've heard from many different real life situations where I've experienced that in some of my jobs where parents call in sick for their kids.
Yeah.
One instance, somebody told me that parents went with their kid to their job interview.
That is so crazy. I can't believe that that happens.
Are you kidding me?
No, I know.
I can't imagine bringing one of my parents with me to a job interview.
First of all, my mom would look at me like I had 4 heads.
Well, no, maybe they drop you off or something like that. But
and if I'm the employer, I'm like, what's wrong with this person I'm potentially going to hire? Like, they can't speak for themselves.
Well, no, I wouldn't.
Are you hiring? It's like Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly and Step Brothers.
I'm not hiring you.
You're a tag team.
Yeah, you're a package deal.
Both of you, or what?
No, I'm not hiring you if you show up with your mom. I'm sorry.
No.
I can just say it's like you. Not so much the kid, but your parent. You're gonna be a pain in my ass, I think.
Yeah.
So
now,
I'm good. Thanks, but no thanks. I don't deal with either one of you.
Another thing is, like, I have a couple of people in my life that are teachers, and they're finding it difficult as far as like teaching the kids with the helicopter parents. So I
can imagine.
They're like, I can't tell their parent that they're struggling with reading because like the parent just won't believe it because their kid's the best.
The kid's perfect, and
it's like no, but your child is not reading at the level, and I don't want them to get further behind.
Yeah. No, I know. It's crazy. Yeah, helicopter. I mean, it was weird because it seemed like, I remember when you were a kid, like when we were kids, there was probably like, always had that one kid whose mother was always, or father was kind of like, but not now. It just seems like it's much more of a common thing.
Well,
for sure.
For me growing up, it was like everybody sort of, you knew that one person that had the strict parents where like you couldn't wear makeup or you couldn't date, but it's not even like that now. It's like, I'm calling in sick. Oh, honey, you have a sniffle. I remember being sick as a kid and literally like my mom just being like,
well, not enough. Imagine you got in trouble in class for something.
I was terrified.
But your parents would get mad at you. Now some parents will go back and be like, how you can't talk to my kid like that? How dare you try and discipline my child?
Oh, yeah.
Whereas our parents were like, what'd you do wrong? We'll go apologize.
Do you remember being terrified if you got a bad mark in school to tell your parents to
I remember being
Luckily,
terrified
I got so many of them that it kind of lost its sting.
No, but
I remember being terrified of like parent-teacher night.
Yeah.
Oh, God, yeah.
The parents came home and like, oh my God, what did the teacher say? Like, yeah.
Oh, I know. It was.
But
I was never like, my parents are going to go give my teacher shit.
No, and that's the thing. It's like your parents want to come back and be like, your teacher's an idiot, and I think that your parents will come back with like, your teacher told you you're doing this. Like, smarten up. What are you doing?
Yeah, exactly. Whereas now work harder on your math. You're failing in this and that.
Yeah. Whereas nowadays it sounds like the parents will go to the teacher and be like, this is your fault, teacher. Like, you're doing something wrong. My kid's perfect. It's not them. It's you.
Yeah. It's crazy.
You couldn't pay me to be a teacher.
No, my God.
No, it's...
All right. Ready to go into the next one?
Yes.
Number 7. Excessive political correctness. While generally supportive of inclusivity, I can't say that word, inclusivity, many Gen Xers are wary of what they perceive as an over-policing of language and the fear of saying the wrong thing. Yup. I'm the queen of being scared that I'm saying something offensive.
Well, it's crazy because you see it all the time. You're seeing more of a pushback on it now. It seems like the whole cancel culture,
way crazy.
Like it was insane. Like someone would say something in an interview or something, and like then the next like they're fired from their job, and people find them online.
Hold on. Let's just be clear. There are a lot of phrases that definitely don't belong in today's society. 100%.
Oh, absolutely.
Any kind of like hate phrase or anything like that do not belong in today's
I mean,
society.
it's the same thing. Like you look at like our parents' generation or our grandparents' generation, stuff that they would say is like, God, you can't say that anymore.
What was that face? That face needs to be like, ooh, that was a weird, like, ooh.
But that's not trying to over-exaggerate.
You morphed into something weird.
No, I'm saying, some of the stuff that come in your grandparents' mouth, you would be like, what the hell are you saying, Grandma?
Yeah. No, but that's what I mean.
But I'm saying, things change, so there's 100% things.
I think it's exactly it. Like things change, society changes, and with that, like, the language changes.
Yeah, exactly. So that's fine, but it gets sometimes a little crazy where you don't even know what to say sometimes. Like, how to address things, like, I don't even want to get in the middle of this because I don't know.
Hold on. I'm going to give an example. And if this word is not actually correct to say now, then,
prepare yourself. Kelly's going to offend everyone.
We might edit this out.
I'm not. It's not bad. And I understand why it may not be like, why it might be, I'm just trying to think of what oh my gosh, Steve, you're so impatient. I'm going to wait now. I'm going to pause and no, I'm just kidding. But like, I remember one time I said ghetto blaster and you guys were like, oh, you can't say ghetto blaster anymore. And I understand the word ghetto has a negative context because of like the ghetto, right? But like, is it, and I don't know, I'm asking out of complete naivety. And if it is, then I'm learning, right? But like, is it actually a word that's like, it's like some of the words where it's like we just do not say that anymore? Is it just like maybe a less than desirable?
I think
But
you're
that's
asking
where
it
it's
wrong.
tricky.
If you're asking a couple of white dudes, you're probably asking.
No, but that's what I mean. That's where it's kind of like I'm afraid sometimes to
That's
say
why,
anything.
I don't know, because I can honestly say that as a white male, no one cares what I think, so I just stay out of it because it's like.
Of course not. But I also don't want to be saying a word.
No, and that's why I've been told it's not cool to say anymore.
No,
so
it's
one of those lists.
boombox. We landed on boombox.
And that's
that
fair.
one.
But I just wonder, like, is it one of those words that's like, I don't know. And this is just a conversation. It's
no,
not,
and that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I don't know.
And even just like talking about this, it's like makes me like super uncomfortable.
I'm like sweating.
I know, because I'm like,
no, because that's the thing. It's like
treading on waters
we're
like
probably
not supposed to.
3 people who should not be having have no dogs in this fight.
No,
in terms of
you're allowed to question.
I'm just saying but
and maybe somebody listening will be able to educate
listening, let us know and definitely tell us
because I don't know.
Like Eric from this is like, let's just shut up and move on.
But also at the same time, I think it's okay to have a conversation about it where it comes from a place of wanting to learn and understand.
Well, I think that's it, because the goalpost is always moving for what's acceptable, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And so it's a learning process to be like, oh, this is not cool anymore, and here's why.
Oh yeah, that's the thing now. It changes all the time. So you're like, oh, this word or this saying or this phrase. It's like
and like it's like one of the big words that we all know that is very horrible, and it was horrible back then. I'm not going to say it, don't worry, but I'm just saying it was horrible back then, and now as the years have gone on, it's like no, it's really not acceptable, and it's like I kind of just want to make sure I'm not saying words that aren't clumped into that, where that's just not a good word to be saying.
Yeah.
And so, and I don't think, and that's where sometimes
it's hard to tell. That's the whole problem too. It's hard to tell something like what, because then you hear like people get mad about like Halloween costumes and stuff like that, but then they'll show people who are like Native American, like we don't care, like wear whatever.
I know.
Like,
that's what I'm saying. It's hard.
So you don't know. Is this like, is it real outrage? Or is it just like this weird online brouhaha stuff? But I don't know.
And like I said, my words are just coming from a place of just wanting to understand.
No, the problem was a lot of time. It's getting a little better, but people didn't care.
They didn't.
Where you came from.
They didn't.
You said it.
Yeah.
How dare you? And that's all that matters. It doesn't matter.
Context didn't matter.
No, exactly.
No. So not even context, but just like take the opportunity to educate that person, to let them know that that's just not
they would
okay.
by getting you fired from your job and like ruin your life.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I'm saying. Like there was no forgiveness.
That's your learning experience.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because well,
it's just sad because it just shuts down any. It probably causes a lot of problems that's going on in the world right now, where there's such a divide between people because no one would just talk and say, hey, like you can't say that. Let's. It's like, you're terrible.
And that's all I want is just a conversation to be like, look, this is why, this word's just not really right to say anymore. And I would be 100% like, I understand. You've taught me and I will do better.
Oh, 100%. But unfortunately, online, you don't get that.
No, exactly. There's no forgiveness. Like, you didn't know that was not right to say. What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
You're ignorant.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So please, in the comments, teach me. I really, and if it's, I don't.
And if this game goes from number 6 to number 5, we skip a number in the between, then no one sees it.
Well, we shouldn't be scared to put something out. We weren't saying anything that was just a conversation.
No, I know. I'm just joking.
All right, let's move on because they're getting sweaty and nervous.
I'm always sweaty and nervous.
We never know what you're going to say.
It's my base state.
Contrary to what they may perceive me to be like, I actually am somewhat intelligent. When it comes to like social issues and stuff, I'm pretty intelligent in that department, and I'm always willing to learn.
Absolutely.
And I'm always open for conversation and dialogue. Just give me a chance. That's it. Anyway, let's move on.
Give me a chance.
Well, I'm just saying, give me an opportunity to learn.
No, exactly.
Don't just be like, you are horrible, because I'm not a horrible person. I just need to learn. Just like everybody needs to continue to learn. And that's the only, and conversations like this, though, are the only way people do learn.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, Eric and I are probably not the guys to give you any sort of guidance on this topic.
It was more rhetorical.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying.
No. Like, you threw the question to us, and I'm like, the wrong audience.
Yeah.
For that question, that's all.
Yeah.
Okay, well, whatever. Moving on.
Yeah.
I like to push the boundaries. Just kidding. All right, number 8. Trendy reboots. Wellness.
Oh my god. Yeah.
This is, oh my god. Go on.
Yeah.
I got some things to say.
While nostalgia is powerful, Gen X can be irritated by poorly done reboots of their beloved movies, shows, and music, especially if they feel the remakes lack substance.
It happens
Every goddamn movie.
I mean, just
in the last 10 years has been some sort of a remake or rehash.
Hold on. I'm just gonna say you guys can carry this conversation because I feel like you guys are very passionate about it.
Yeah.
Go on.
Don't need to make half the movies that are being made right now because there's remakes, rehashes of old movies.
No, everything.
How many times do you have to reboot Ghostbusters?
Yeah.
No, don't need to.
No.
But don't watch it then.
Well, I don't.
I haven't seen any of them, and it's just crazy. No, and there's no original. Now anything that's going to be made into a movie, that has to be, as they say in the biz, it has to be an IP.
Yeah.
Intellectual property, right? That's why they turn they turn board games into movies and stuff.
Exactly.
It's like, somebody used to play Battleship.
Yeah.
Let's put Dwayne Johnson in and make a movie of it.
Exactly.
Kids will love it. Nah, they all hate it because it's garbage.
And we have 80 million Marvel movies and this is Star Wars.
But you watch all those.
Not by choice.
No, but it's just like there's no even when we were kids growing up, they had some big movies, but even the new ones like Batman and stuff like that, when we were those were not Batman existed, but that was a new sort of movie. It's
really weird, seeing stuff that was popular when we were kids is still popular as life now. It's shouldn't this new generation have their own things that are popular?
And that's exactly it. It's after the 90s, early 2000s, it just kind of petered off. Now it's just what's going to make us money, because these things cost so much money to make, we can't afford to have a flop.
Exactly.
That's all it is.
Well, and
big business got afraid to take risks, and they just they take known properties and just remake them.
Because they don't have to take risks, because it's all people like us that eat that shit up because it's from when we were kids. So we're
some of it, but it's
not all of us. We're not all cynical like you guys. But I'm just saying,
a lot of it does terrible. Just because they make it doesn't mean it's successful.
No, but I mean it's a research because the younger generation is all into Ninja Turtles and Ghostbusters and all that stuff.
No, I know, but it's weird because
and that's what I'm saying.
Ninja Turtles was our stuff as
shouldn't
kids.
They have their own new characters and properties they're interested in?
Do you own Ninja Turtles? Is it a personal slight to you that younger kids
I just think generation after generation they all had their own
it's sad
toys,
that they
cartoons,
can't get
interests,
their own thing.
Exactly.
Then maybe you guys should create it.
Yeah, people make them, but who puts it out there? That's the whole point, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't go anywhere. Now everyone just, because of stuff any idiot with a camera can make a podcast, right? That screwed everything up too.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they're oh wow, people will watch stuff that just anyone puts on the internet.
Yep.
So it's now we got to make sure we just spend the most that we think is going to be a winner.
Yeah.
Don't want to take any risks.
All right, ready? Are you done ranting about that one?
Done. Yeah, done.
Yeah, reboots are terrible. Do something original, please.
Please make new things.
I know there are some, but it's far and few between.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of a reboot that was good. I don't know. I can't remember. Anyway, number 9, social media drama. Unlike millennials or Gen Z, Gen X is often less enamored with sharing every detail of life online. They might dislike the oversharing, performative activism, or drama comment on social platforms. I think we definitely are more private online than the millennials and Gen Zs.
I think so.
I can only speak for ourselves.
I had a millennial coworker, and every time him and his wife or a girlfriend had a fight, it was on Facebook.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
But
they're doing status changes and vague booking comment with the statuses.
Let's all just hold on a second and admit to the fact that we all get sucked into the drama, and it's not like we did you follow that person just for that drama, or were you actually
I was already friends before with this person.
Oh,
but I have another Facebook friend who I haven't talked to in probably 20 years.
Yeah.
And, not really friends at all. But because their feed is entertaining, because they post the drama online, it's what do they post today?
So I think it's one of those things where I love watching the drama. I just have no desire to be part of it.
Oh, yeah. I'm not going to share my own drama on Facebook.
No.
Well, most of it now are, the internet, social media has been around long enough now that people realize, okay, I need to watch. Not everyone adheres to that, but, 15 years ago, where it was still relatively new, people just put whatever they wanted on there.
Oh, yeah.
Not realizing this stuff is permanent once on the internet.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but then a lot of people also just don't care. There's the people that just aren't really thinking, and then there's the people that just don't care because that's what makes them money.
Well, that's people. There's people that are almost professional trolls, we want to call it, who they're almost like wrestlers. They know how to be the bad guys, like the Paul brothers and stuff.
I hate them, but they're good at being...
There's a reason.
It's a work.
It's all fake.
But they're good at being hated.
They're probably the nicest guys in the world. You meet them off camera.
Yeah.
But on camera, they know how to sell it. They know how to be jerks.
Get that heat.
It works.
Yeah.
It's like, again, it's like wrestlers back in the day being the bad guy.
Who was it? Oh, like Vince McMahon. I hate him. His whole character. It makes me want to scream.
The Mr. McMahon character?
Yeah. But like you said, maybe he's not that bad when he's not Mr. McMahon.
I think he's bad all around.
Well, I do. Bad example. But I'm just saying, like, the people have an image online, whether it's... And look, everybody says, I'm 100% authentic online. And to the most part, yes. Like, for myself, I can speak for myself. Do I come online and lie? No. Do I share every single thing? No. Does that make me not be 100% authentic? Of course, because I'm not sharing everything. But I'm not like, nobody's being 100% authentic online.
Everyone's putting on some sort of persona because you're trying to make this. Hopefully, this is. As I look at the camera, this is somewhat entertaining. Right. So you're trying to be a little more animated and stuff like that. People are naturally going to do that.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the internet, though, it's hard to suss out. Like again, like this fake outrage about somebody saying something or doing something. Like you can't. It's hard to tell. Is this real? Is this an actual problem?
Yeah.
Well, that's where I get stressed out.
Stirred up BS.
That stuff gives me anxiety because I don't know, and I don't want to be like disrespectful. But it's like, am I worried about something that's not even a thing that just some random person has said, and people are like, "This is what it is."
Well,
because it changes every day.
Well, I mean, that was the whole thing. We were sort of talking about this, the three of us, a couple of weeks ago. But like, this whole thing online about not putting up your Christmas lights before Remembrance Day.
Yep.
But that was like, is that actually, like, I don't even know if that's a real thing. Like, I've seen people talking about on the internet, but then you see all these vets being like, who cares?
But it only, if you think about it,
it's like this weird, because somebody posted on the internet once and it kind of got some traction. All of a sudden now it's like this rule.
It's
this
movement that happened in the last, like, I don't know, 10, 15 years.
Wait,
I'm not sure how it started.
A perfect example is my parents. My mom put up the Christmas tree like the beginning of, like, we always set our Christmas tree up early.
Yeah.
Now it's all like, we can't do it till November 11th. And I'm like, why? Well, it's Remembrance Day. And I'm like, but why? Well, that's just the way it is. And I'm like, but that wasn't the way it always is. Like,
no,
what happened?
Like someone put it on the internet or something and it became like a thing.
And so it's like, you feel bad because if there's some people that want to do that for their own respect, then that's fine. But the people that don't want, like, it, and it doesn't mean you don't respect the vets. It doesn't. No. But I'm just saying, and the people that want to put it up before the 11th for whatever reason, maybe it's a tradition for them to do it early, you're made to feel bad about it.
But
that's what the internet's good for, is shaming people for doing something that is different.
Some of them turned like holidays into like a binary thing. You can't like celebrate like Christmas and Remembrance at the same time.
Yeah.
It's one or the other.
Yeah. And
you have to wait till one is finished before you can start the other one.
No, exactly. Well, then how come should the Americans not have to wait till after Thanksgiving then?
But most do.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, but it's like, should you wait till after Thanksgiving then to put up Christmas stuff? Like,
most do in the States, so it's weird.
Well, I mean, their Thanksgiving is like next level. It is their Christmas. It is huge for them.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, it gets to these different points where it's like, well, you can't do this and do that. You can't.
Look.
Can I celebrate Halloween and, I don't know, like, something else? Like,
no, but like it's one of those things, and it's hard because you feel like pressure, but it's like, put up your Christmas decorations whenever it makes you happy.
Well, just do whatever you want. I mean, as long as you're not hurting anybody, then do what makes you happy. I mean, but that's a problem, like, because there's all this fake outrage online about everything and anything.
And I admit, like, hands up, I mean, I admit that I fall victim to it, and then I start feeling bad about stuff where I'm like, am I crazy? Am I supposed to feel bad about this?
People will make these posts up, and who knows where they come from. Hey, you shouldn't do this. You should do that. You can't do this. You have to do that. Like, it's...
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And just, it's weird. But again, just be a good person and do what you want to do.
It's just the golden rule, right? The golden
rule.
Don't
hurt anybody.
Yeah, treat everyone like how you want to be treated. That goes a long way. That's all you got to worry about.
We're down to number 10.
This is it.
Number 10.
The last one.
I feel like this is a doozy.
I'm ready.
Can't wait.
All right. Unreliable customer service. Having grown up with more human-centric services, they can be especially frustrated with automated systems and lack of a real person-to-person interaction when resolving issues. I mean, I don't know about that so much, but look, I'm sorry. Don't worry, I'm not saying you guys got all nervous on me, but I'm sorry. But like I don't want to shame anybody, but like, just your kids who are getting jobs, just like, It's a whole, like, you win at everything, you're the best at everything, and then they go get jobs and they just look at you and they're just like, you're like, hi, and they're just like,
yeah.
Oh, there's nothing that irritates me more.
Some like 16-year-old kid, it's like
chewing gum and like, what? Like they just don't even talk. They just like, I had this whole interaction at the dollar store once, and I mean, I think I'm a very pleasant person. Don't let these two make you guys think otherwise. I'm a pretty pleasant person, but I was like, oh, hi, how are you? This is me just staring. Oh, okay. And then don't even tell you the total. You have to look at the screen. So, and I had a gift card, and I never used a gift card at the dollar store, so I didn't know if they swiped it or I had to swipe it. And I was like, oh, I have a gift card. I'm like, do I swipe it? Still not saying anything. So I just swipe it. Literally not one word the whole interaction.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what?
Oh, I know.
I don't need your life story, but acknowledgement.
I was just bet again. Then saying that too. You actually had someone there in front of you, because now 90% of the time you go to these places, it's all a kiosk.
Yeah.
But look, I'm not going to lie.
And
aside from it taking away jobs from people, I'm all about that, because then I don't have to.
But they're a pain in the ass too. Now they have people they're like, oh, people are stealing from these things. Like, what the fuck do you think was going to happen?
Oh, the grocery store and stuff.
Like, you guys are idiots.
Yeah, exactly.
We want to get rid of our staff, automate this whole thing, and
Did you guys hear about that girl on YouTube? She's a vlogger, and apparently in the States, Target is like crazy with their loss prevention. Like, they'll stalk you if you go into the same store for like years, and then they'll sick the police on you. Like, they'll build a case against you. Like, they're hardcore.
Oh,
right?
I had no idea this is the case. Yeah.
No, like super hardcore.
Jesus.
And so this, dummy was a vlogger. Like, she had maybe, I don't even know, 100,000 followers on YouTube. Anyway, she would do Target hauls. So she went to Target, she did her little thing, filmed the whole entire thing, came home, filmed her haul, and Target had been building a case against her because she was like not swiping everything.
Yeah.
Oh.
But she filmed all, so they were able to tell by what she was wearing in her video, the things that she showed in her haul, cross-reference on the camera of the thing. Yeah, she's in trouble.
She created her own evidence.
Yeah.
She's in trouble.
Yeah, she's shoplifting.
No, but I'm just saying, like, it's crazy. And like,
don't film your crimes. Put them online, dum-dums.
Well, because people don't believe that technology is as good as it is. No, they're going to catch you.
It happens all the time. It happens with like street racing and stuff like that. Like different, They post their stunts and stuff, and then the police use that as ways to track them down.
Yeah, they figure out how to track down the cars. Exactly. Yeah, it's like, don't record your crimes.
Yeah, but I've heard don't mess with Target.
Oh, really?
They'll come out. Good.
Yeah.
No, but that's. I mean, I guess whatever you're going to do, what they want to do. If you're stealing from them, don't film it. Don't be smart. Like,
well, I mean, don't steal, but like, don't be dumb either. And apparently, I think it was one of those things where she had been doing it, so she's like, I'm getting away with it. But like clearly. I said, Target, they'll build a case. Like, I've heard, like, they'll build a case for you about you for like a year.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they'll be like, oh, boom, and then you get in big trouble.
Yeah.
Don't mess with Target.
No, it's crazy. Yeah. But that's the thing though. Now, like, there's nobody working on these kiosks anyways. Like, they got one person trying to manage like 15, and then you go to like, I remember the last time I was at Walmart, they had like 25 self-checkouts. Half of them aren't even open. I'm like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah, exactly. And my bigger problem is the saving less money, but not hiring like cashiers and stuff.
Yeah.
If there's kiosks instead, you don't see that price reflected in the savings reflected in the prices of the products.
Absolutely not. Yeah. No. Well, hell, the Walmart I went to last time, even the floor sweeper's automated.
Oh yeah.
It's like a robot that just goes like a giant like Roomba that's like 3 feet tall with lights on it and stuff, and it's like, oh, there's another job gone.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like I said, aside from the fact that it's taking away jobs from people, which I don't like. Well, the least human interaction I have.
Well, sometimes it is.
I
know it is. Sometimes it's nicer to do it by yourself, but it adds its own thing when it doesn't work right and all this shit, and then you're trying to get people to help you, and it's just kind of a shit show. Now they don't take me up here. You don't have to. You got to buy your own bags and all this stuff. It's it's not.
That's the most annoying thing. And how many reusable bags do y'all have in your?
Oh, jeez, I just throw them out now.
I forget.
I don't know what to do with them. I just throw them out half the time. Because I don't know what to do with them.
I go into the store and I forget I had them all in my trunk, and I'm in the store checking out, and I didn't bring them, so I gotta buy 4 more bags. So annoying.
No, I know.
Super annoying.
Just use paper bags, people.
Yeah, some of them are coming out to the liquor store, I think. But
I would rather pay like 10 cents for a paper bag because I just throw it in the recycle.
Well, at least you can just recycle it or some of that, or
not to mention some of these reusable bags are expensive. Like, they're not even cheap.
No, well, some of them are like heavy duty, like plastic, like some of them are like heavy duty.
Some of them were like tote bags, just like
they're just like the reusable ones. Yeah,
I don't know. It's just weird, but unreliable customer service. Yeah, that irks me. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, everywhere you go, it's I don't know, like.
Yeah,
customer service is definitely sick, and then not even that. And half the time you got to call if you got to call a company for something. It's all
that's the worst.
And like they try and do like the AI thing where it's like, tell me what you're calling for. Sometimes it works, and not really. It
never works. It's like I guessed this. Is that correct? No.
I don't have, and I'm not somebody that has crazy high standards of like what I need in customer service. I don't know how to say that without something weird. I don't have incredibly high. Just a hello. How are you?
Yeah, no, when you go face to face in the store, like it's just, I'm doing good. Like, I don't have a whole all chit chat, just,
Or like an acknowledgement of your existence. That was the most anxiety-inducing experience I ever had of that person just literally staring at me and doing nothing. And I don't know, maybe they had some sort of like social anxiety themselves. Very well could have been. Obviously, we don't know.
Probably not great then being a cashier in a busy store, but whatever.
The thing as well. Like, what,
Seems like now every kid you hear about has anxiety. It's like, oh, we all did. Just get over it.
I mean, just
we all had anxiety. Everyone got nervous as kids. It's just part of growing up.
Smile and say it's fine, and you'll be fine.
Exactly.
We're fine. But that was a pretty good list. I would say all of them, every single one, varying levels of annoyance for me. But yeah, they all irritate me.
Definitely ones that I don't know if I would have thought of. A lot of them. Some of them definitely been like, oh yeah, I would have thought of that. Ask me 10 things that are annoying or I hate. But no, it's a good list.
The participation one really gets me my blood.
Yeah, and the reboots. The
reboots one for me. It's just like it's crazy.
Yeah, just lazy.
That's all it is. It's just lazy, and they're trying to take the safe way, and it just is even worse.
Yep.
I don't know. Yeah. I mean, it was a good list.
Yeah, it was a very good list.
Very good list.
Let us know, guys. Anything we missed? Any other numbered things that chap your ass? Grind your gears?
And just remember that we're just having a conversation amongst ourselves, and we are open to learning and hearing other experiences.
Yeah, so feel free to join us in the comments.
Absolutely.
Join our conversation.
Absolutely. And teach us some things, because we need to learn a lot, I think.
Yeah.
Got a lot of learning to do.
All right, guys. But thank you so very much for joining us, and we will see you next time.
Take care, everybody.
Bye.